So it's that time of year that I like to call convention season, where all the big conventions happen. You have your things like Comic-Con, you have Summer in the City. These conventions can be quite busy, and as I'm sure most of you are aware, busy situations can often be quite scary for those on the autistic spectrum. So I'm going to present to you some hacks that I kind of use to help me cope at conventions, because I love the stuff that's there and I want to be able to enjoy it as much as possible. So if anything's going to help, great. A few of the things I'm going to talk about I've already talked about in my What's in My Bag Autism edition thing, which will be linked, around. First on my list, a rescue remedy. Now this stuff, it's some like natural stuff that you can just drop on your tongue, calms you down instantly. Very useful to just have on you. Like when I went to Comic-Con the other week, I didn't use it at all, and I was so proud of myself because I was like, doing it, because I mentally prepared myself for Comic-Con, which I realised that's what I can do. I realised I can, anyway. But it's good to just have, just in case you need to take it down a notch and, just like chill, basically. Next up. Yes, I'm going to get a bit diva-y for this one. Sunglasses. Conventions are often quite bright places, quite colourful, very visually stimulating. That stimulation can often be a bit too much, so sunglasses just takes it down a notch, doesn't it? Makes it slightly more bearable. Obviously, you can't really always get away with wearing sunglasses inside, but things like Comic-Con you can, because everyone's dressed up anyway. Somewhere in the city you can get away with it, pretending like I'm some massive YouTube star. So that's visual stimulation. Let's move on. I'm not going to untangle these, because you know what they are. Earphones. Just putting earphones in, playing music if necessary, or just not at all. It's quite good to just have in to just, first of all, dim out a bit of sound, but just to help relax you. If you've got some music playing that you like, it's going to help calm those nerves. I mentioned earphones for dimming, but luckily I have things that are a lot better than that. Actual earplugs. I'm not going to get them out because I've shown them before in videos, but they're good because they just block out loads. I relied on these so much at Comic-Con. I had them in the entire time. I kept taking them out to speak to people, but they were good for walking around and just blocking out that whole... Now the next one's quite an odd one. Let me explain. Like wristbands and bracelets and stuff. Just wearing wristbands. Let me explain. Those of you who get travel sick, you may have heard these things called C-bands, which basically squeeze on your wrists and it helps ease. It makes you feel less sick, which I don't understand how that works, but it does. This kind of has the same effect. Having that squeezing on your wrist helps ease you being anxious. So like I have my watch on my left wrist, which I normally tighten one bit, wristbands on my right, just to squeeze. But yeah, just having something tight around your wrist seems to help calm. I don't know. Also gives something great to fiddle with. The other thing with wristbands, you may notice I have a National Autistic Society band here. If I need to quickly alert someone I'm autistic, it's quite good, because of course you can go autism, they can kind of put two and two together and go, right, this person's freaking out and they're pointing at the word autism. Well, you'd hope they'd have that intelligence. I've not had to use it there, but it's quite good. It's just a quick, I'm autistic. The other tip, which is perhaps the biggest and best tip. If you are like myself, you might really struggle. Yes, fair enough, I went to Comic-Con by myself. Comic-Con was a day. Summer in the City I'm going to is a whole weekend. I need a carer for that. There are things at these events to help you. The accessibility side of things is brilliant. Like I've applied for a carer's pass, so I've got my sister to do all the talking to, getting me to skip queues, etc., and basically just keeping me calm throughout the whole thing. Because yes, I enjoy it, but 3 days, that's potential for a meltdown, isn't it? We'll see. I think I should be fine, but I've got my sister there to just mental reassurance, basically. I would always check out the accessibility of an event before going, just because it makes it so much easier, just knowing that there is extra support and help there if needed. That applies to all events, in fact all places really. My last tip is to look at maps of the building, look at maps of how the place is going to be arranged so you kind of know what to expect. I memorise everything, so if I see a map I will know that map. It's good to know where you are at all times and where the closest exit is, how you can get out, where's the closest quiet point you can get to, where's the closest loo if you need to go there. Just as many things that can help as possible. Also, have a letter on you to show you're autistic. Mine's just actually on the floor in front of me. I took it out of my bag. But I hope some of those hacks and tricks will kind of help you if you're going to any conventions. If you're coming to the autism show, obviously come say hello. I'm not scary. I will be more scared than you, don't worry. I'd also advise you, if you see me out and about before I've done my talk, I wouldn't come up to me then, because I would be extremely nervous about my talk, so you'll probably get, I'll either burst into tears on you, or I'll be completely... But then after I've done my talk, make sure you do come say hello, because I want to say hello. Thank you very much for watching. Knox.